Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. What's good, Nikisha? So the question of today, did the confrontation between Trina and Portia live up to the hype? Now for me, it personally did. I genuinely loved it. I loved this episode. For the most part, it was good. Was good, Nikisha? Was good, Black Mind? Sorry for the wait. I think I hit the wrong button and then I had to sit there and try to figure it out. Was good, Laura? Was good to have Lynn. Thank you for joining. So yeah. So Nikki said I really enjoyed Jay today. Yeah, it was. I got it. I gave him a clap. I gave him a clap. I gave him a clap. They were actually good today. Surprisingly, they were on point. Sunken Bear, bro, you keep up with PPT. No. The only one I actually keep up with is People versus Preds. That's the one I actually keep up with. Was good CW today made up for it. Exactly. I I couldn't have said it any better myself, CW. I'm doing good, Black Man. I'm doing good. Was good, Shauna. Thank you for joining. Nikisha, it felt like a Friday. I can't see. Nikisha, isn't that a great feeling? Isn't that a great feeling when you can't wait for a next episode of a soap opera? Was good, Shauna. Thank you for joining. Um, it's fun. I enjoy good stories. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a soap opera. It doesn't matter if it's The Boys, on Amazon Prime. I enjoy good stories. I enjoy good stories. So yeah, but you know what? I think it's called. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Suck and Bear. I haven't actually checked out their channel in a hot minute. I don't even know if they actually do any videos on Rumble still. I know they have a Rumble channel. What's good, Jessica? What's good, Karen? Thank you for joining. Mel is in the chat. And you did, Mel. You did. Mel, what you thought of today's episode of Days? I actually loved the episode of Days today. What's good, Anna? It's been a moment, but I actually looking forward to exactly. Wasn't I sitting is I would Anna, I was just sitting there telling Nikisha, I was like, it's been a minute since we actually looked forward to another episode. Shauna says Ryan can have a but leave Felicia alone. Was good, Bridget. Thank you for joining. Sucking Bear said they are very few. Oh, okay, all right, I gotta check them out then. I think the only one I actually subscribed to, I think was, yeah, it was just People versus Prez. Those are the only ones I subscribed to. But I still gotta subscribe to Courtney Elizabeth because she's another one I actually do like in CC Unit. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of People versus Preds. Medora's good. Medora said actually like this slow burn, but Portia and Trina stood up at the wedding, and Ryan and Heather. That's good. Listen, I'm glad somebody actually enjoyed it. But I that's cool. That's cool. Jessica says I'm confused. Why did Felicia went to see Ava? Plot, plot. That's exactly why, Jessica. Plot. Because yeah, it did seem kind of odd. I mean, granted, Ryan just happened to be there when. So yeah, plot. CW says Portia was delusional to think this would not catch up with her. Is exactly CW, especially seeing how she is a doctor. She could have just did that. And Monique says, surprise, I'm still out work at double. Oof. Monique, you are a very strong woman. Very, very strong woman. I'm glad you're here. Karen said maybe Ava can blame Ryan for Nicholas' death. Your plot twist. Your plot twist. I love your thinking. Them else is I love Days of Our Lives. Yes. Wait, how did you know that he was gonna face Doug? I mean, how did you know that that Marlena was gonna face Doug? I'm very curious about that. I thought it was gonna be like Marlena and Marlena or whatever. But I do like Bill Hayes stuff. So in any case, I still don't understand how everyone just gets to windmill like that. It's not an island. Very true. What's good, Kai Win? What's good, Kenya? Thank you for joining. What's good, Cat Lady? Great to see you again. Bridget said, I was surprised to see Doug. Yes. I'm not gonna lie, when you actually saw him, I was like, wait, what? But at the same time, I enjoyed that scene so much, I didn't care. Bridget, I didn't even care. I just enjoyed that scene so much. Kenya said today's episode GH was straight fire. Yeah, again, Kenya, I was surprised. Oh, cat lady, I'm right there with you. It's probably going to get a little messy, so I just want to warn people now, because hmm. I kept that in there for like a whole weekend. Oh, Jessica, I was bringing out the cake. Come on now, you know me better than that. I was going to bring out the cake. Got my cake. I got my wine. Oh, hold on. Confirmation purposes. Damn, what a big ass bottle. What kind of wine I should get next? Um, can you say, yeah, what's that, friend? Oh, I got some wine. I got some cake. What's good, Makai? Thank you for joining. No, I gotta sit there and say it was a good scene. Oh, Laura, it is. It's so good. It's so good. The happiness says I thought that Portia did a paternity test, not Curtis. No, I'm surprised that she didn't. Yeah, I saw that, Shauna. I saw that. Demanding answers like he was going to be able to really say anything. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. It's so good. Kanye, Kai Wynn says, is Nicholas the weather dead? What? Bridget says, do you think Curtis will stay married to Portia? That's a good question. Thank you, Bridget. Reminds me, that is the first poll. That's the first question of the night. I do have something else to sit there and say, and I will sit there and say probably in 10 minutes. Hold on. Like, I'm not ignoring anyone. I promise. Just trying to spell something. Why does it say that I'm spelling it wrong? Okay, screw it. So yes, do you think that Portia? Do you think that Curtis will stay married to Portia? And it's like this wine is literally calling me. Oh, this is so good. That is literally the second reason why I actually got. Now, Cat Lady says your poll is messed up. You mean just like in general? Like, did I do something wrong? Is it just messed up? Just, you know. I'm very curious about that, I'm very curious. Do you think or maybe it is messed up? Well, nope, nope. It really is messed up. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, yeah, no, I saw it now. Wow, I really messed that up. Thank you, Cat Lady. What's good, Dolly? Thank you for joining. Told me to. I'm spelling it. Oh, what's good, Jay Blue? Thank you for joining. Daisy Flowers in the chat. Daisy Flowers says, I think it felt flat. Well, Jessica, yeah, no, Laura and Jessica, I did mess up the question in there. I did mess up the question in there. But yeah, do you think that Curtis will stay married to Portia? That's a good question. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you for bringing that up. Mel says it was funny seeing Lucas acting more drunk with Orpheus. I like Orpheus. I do. I like Orpheus. But I'm not gonna lie, Mel, that hurt my soul. Watching all that good alcohol just being dumped like that. Makai says, of course, Chris would stay. According to Portia, he left her when he found out she was married. He still came back. Yeah, that's very true. Very true, Makai. Very true. Jessica says, I honestly think he will, but they may separate. I mean, that's a really good question that Bridget asks. Now, Monique says, I think Curtis will stay married to Portia, but won't be living in the same house with her. Yeah, pretty much what Jessica said. Like, they're going to separate for a little bit. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that part. I enjoyed the Heather, Ryan, and Esme part, especially when Esme found out that Ryan was her dad. I mean, granted, I know it was a little bit overacting, but it was pretty hilarious stuff. Oh yeah, definitely no honeymoon for them, cat lady. Richard was good. It's been a hot minute. Where have you been? How have you been? How have you been doing, Richard? Jay Blue says if Curtis doesn't, he would be a hypocrite. The poorest Gucci gave to Jordan. He couldn't wait to leave. Is that I 100% agree with you. Daisy Fly says I think Esme loses the baby. Oh, that would suck. That would suck. Cat Lady says I just hate Trina. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was probably the part that did take me out a little bit. Let me know in the chat if you saw that and if that took you out or was you okay with it. I think I saw it and I just tried to ignore it. You know, I tried to ignore it. But yeah, sometimes it really does kill a scene now. Even Rome and his fake crying just didn't work. When he lost when he lost Kate. CW says love how Esme, who was always the one in control, was frightened out of her mind. Yeah, it was that's a very good turn of events, yeah. Monique says it's like we're together but not really. What does that even mean? Off topic. I've seen this on many Facebook profiles. What's good, Tamara? Thank you for joining. Tamara. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. I'm doing good. It's just, been missed. So Nikisha, I think Trina crying was better for this than it was when she cried for the dead Rory. It's very hard to tell, and Shauna says, I don't care what Curtis do, he's a hypocrite. And it says Curtis has a secret Miss Wu. That's very true, Anna. That's very true, Anna. And Shauna says, I don't care for Curtis. How's he still a hypocrite, though? Hmm. Daisy Flaw says, I think to fully redeem Esme, she has to lose the baby. The baby needs to die, like Liam. Oof. I mean, I get what you're saying, like a great loss, but Kai says, in my opinion, after an affair, I'm surprised that I've been saying that for a hot minute, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one now. Karen says, I thought it was funny when everyone was asking what was wrong with Trina. Oh, yeah, Medora. I was like, yo, listen. I saw that, and I kept saying all she did was excuses. And that's very true, Jessica. Josh does actually have like the better crying scenes. She really does. Shauna says, I think. Now, Bridget said, I missed 15 minutes of GH episode. President was, oh, wow, that sucks. That sucks. Dolly says, maybe I'm just old school, but these few soap wedding reveals have felt bland to me. Marsha. What's good, Marsha? And what's good, Jennifer? Thank you for joining. Now CW says I was watching Brock TV and he suggested Lily if they were looking for someone to play Portia, I could fully see her on that role. Lily Whitfield. I gotta check her out then. I gotta check her out. Now Anna says as ridiculous as Heather and Ryan are. Yeah, I love that whole Joker and Harley Quinn thing. And I wanted to sit there and wait till a lot of people came in, and a lot of people actually did come in. I was actually going to sit there and do it in 15 minutes. So thank you for everyone for joining. Marsha says, "Well, was happy with what? Was happy with Jennifer? Oh yeah, missed 15 minutes, dude. The first 15, Marsha, or the last 15? So I think Dolly said it. I wasn't too sure who said it as far as me being the captain. I'm gonna sit there and say this, and then we're just gonna just move on as far as what happened yesterday. And I'm only saying the first 15. Oh, that sucks, Marsha. Um, listen, I'm sorry yesterday. As far as the whole trolling and somebody coming in and just kind of really messing up the vibe. Um, yeah, I thought about that this morning when I woke up, and I was like, unfortunately, that's what happens when you when your channel starts to grow. You know. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And that's exactly why I, you know, blocked the person. Eagle Fang was good. Eagle Fang was good. Ron, thank you for joining. Because what it really came down to is that he started messing up the vibe of, of the live stream. Like that's something that I couldn't accept. You know, because honestly, let's just be real. I've said worse things. Okay, I've said worse things in my live stream. I've said worse things in my videos as far as calling certain characters certain names. So I really want to sit there and before I block that person. Yeah, no, thank you, Nikisha. Thank you. You know, that's the thing. I didn't even um usually when I see that person, they direct their comments towards somebody else. So I don't generally tend to look at them. But since people were like, yo, listen, this person's acting out of control. So but it wasn't even so much what he was saying, it was just a simple fact that um yeah, no, thank you, Cat Lady. It was just a simple fact that he started messing with the vibe of the stream. And I didn't like that, you know. Yeah, it was something like that, Medora. It was something like that. Anyway, if you notice, we've been getting in way more people. Hit the like button if you are enjoying the stream. It really does help. That's one of the things I noticed. We're getting a lot more people in. What's good, Jonathan? Um, we're getting a lot more people in. Because we get more people in, every once in a while we're gonna get in people that don't know how to act. Um, so I just thank everyone for just kind of, letting me know and stuff like that, and not getting so upset to the point where they just leave. Yeah, Jonathan, it definitely was. They stepped it up today. But getting upset to the point where they just when y'all just leave. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. It happens when you grow as a channel. You know. Anna says, Albert, this is your channel, and so appreciate your protection and divide. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. No, this is definitely honestly, tell you, I always sit there and say this, and I'm being like from the heart. This is literally um oh wow, Nikisha, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. Was it on my stream, if you don't mind me asking, Nikisha? Because I'll try to do a better job. Um, Shauna says Tucker's not going to make you believe he doesn't know Jeremy. Come on, though. Leave Phyllis alone. I got to sit there and say, Shauna, for the most part, or was it, I think it was either today or yesterday, or tomorrow's episode. It's been good so far. I'm kind of mixing up the days. I'm mixing up the days. But, what the hell is this Nitya saying? Oh, yeah, I was Nitya talking about that. No, 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 Laura, you were good. You were good. You were good. You were good. I think I just realized that, you know. And also, I mean, not to sit there and really kind of toot my own horn or anything like that, but how many people? Oh, also, if you didn't vote, hit the, let me know. Let me know what's going on. Oh, okay, we got 32 votes so far. So, wow, so far, okay. Let me. 48% says no, he's not going to stay with um now CW says I used to allow trolls to bait me in there. Yeah, no, that's very true. That's very true. CW. What's good, Gene? Thank you for joining. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, Anna. So 47% people said No, well, yes, Curtis is going to leave, and 53% says no, he's not, which is actually really interesting. Okay, yeah, so let me keep it up for a little bit. Keep it up for a little bit, but yeah, that's what I was meant to say. Not to toot my own horn or anything like that, but how many people actually do, um, soap opera live streams 5 days a week? Tony D is in the chat. Was good. There's not a lot of people. Oh, I may do that. Thank you, Medora. Um, was good, Tyrone. Tyrone. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Monique. Yeah, here's the thing. It's not even so much that I think that person was a hater. It just that's just what they do. I mean, they literally embrace the term troll. So, but I mean, that's my whole thing, though. There's not many. A lot of. I don't think there's really a lot of people that do soap opera live streams 5 to 7 days a week. So, unfortunately, with that being said, you said you're the only one I know that does it 5 days a week. Yeah. And because of that, there's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be people that are just like that. You see them on Twitter, you see them on Facebook. So unfortunately, it's just going to wind up happening from time to time. You know, unfortunately, it's just going to wind up happening from time to time. You know, um, but the channel's growing, and it's going to grow to a point where I can actually sit there and start getting like mods and stuff like that to kind of deal with situations like that. But I don't know. I'm happy to do this. I've always loved doing this, and I just want to thank everyone for just sticking around and just chilling. Yeah, that was it. Now CW says, don't really care what Curtis does. He has too many double standards. Tony D says, I would prefer if Trina overheard the truth and then confront. That, yeah, honestly, to tell you the truth, Tony D, that actually would have been really interesting. Marsha says trolls are over the place and on many channels. Wow. Yeah, yeah. Now, Daisy Flower said your voice got in trouble with James once. Really? That's interesting, Daisy Flower, because I do remember him talking about, that person. So, but they didn't. I don't think James actually blocked that person yet. So, I think James is waiting for them to cross the line. Medora says this troll does that on every soap opera review, live or not. Mm, that's crazy. That is crazy. Thank you, Ron. Thank you. Well, that happens, then I'll deal with it. There's really nothing else I could do. But I'm surprised though. So, like, even Distant Days, like, I mean, because I know a lot of people probably watch Distant Days. Um, Now, Dolly says, what did you think of Will, Ali, and Sunny? I think, Dolly, I think it was actually a lot messy. I think it was actually good. It's like they all left all at one time. What's good, Kyrie's? I think they all left at the same time, so I thought it was kind of cool. Bridget said, um, and this way she can come back when she wants to come back. They don't have to recast. So I think it's actually pretty good. Simon says, Albert, former YNR fans' favorites are supposed to return when the fit. Really? Okay, okay, all right. So, Mom, Nina, okay. Thank you, Solomon. That's going to be very interesting. Now, Daisy Flower says, yeah, it was during his live on Sunday. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Now, Kenya says, Albert, I reported Travor's new monkey today. Oh, wow. Okay, well, thank you, Kenya. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kenya. Thank you for being on the channel. Too. I appreciate that. Now, Tony G says, what if Pikeman is run by Olivia Jerome and Portia brother is in town? That would be exactly. I was about to just say now that would be a crazy story. What's good, Tracy Steves? Thank you for joining. Marsha says, I'm curious when sober. What? Oh, seriously? Try us again. Monique says, I'm cautious when sober, but when I get some liquor in me, words come out my mouth with no filter. Drunken words or sober thoughts. Drunken words or sober thoughts. I feel like that's a good quote. I feel like that's a good quote. Nice, Monique. Nice. Okay, yeah, somebody else said that too. Somebody else also said that. That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. Marsha said, I think 5 minutes run by Living Jerome. Okay, maybe I actually did read that. Tony D says Douglas chose Steffi, haha, and my Nelson. Nice. Can you say your lives are one of my happy places? Thank you, Kanye. Thank you. Dolly says I like the Sunny Will and Alley exit. I did hate they kept making Leo very well. You know, now that's the thing though, Dolly. Who are they gonna pair Leo with though? Now Kyrie says I'm not feeling Finn's little attitude about Douglas. Yeah, I didn't really understand that. I mean, I understood that like he wanted to make sure that he wanted to make sure that the other kids in the house didn't feel any sort of way. But it's been for like 2 days though, Kyrie. So yeah, you definitely got a point. You got a point there. You do. Tony D says my sister says the same quote all the time. I like it too. Yeah, I was like, that's pretty good. I just tell you the truth. When I get drunk, the only thing I actually wind up doing is probably just letting out all the emotions that I usually have that is just buried inside of me. So some people, when they get drunk, they get angry, they yell, get mad. I don't. I think I'm the exact opposite. No, actually, I'm the exact opposite. I just let it all out. Let's put it that way. In a very, I'm more emotional. Let's just put it that way when I get drunk. Now, Ron says Finn needs to shut up his mouth because Steffi is his aunt, and if he can't accept it, then just leave. Ron, you are straight up cutthroat. I love it. Nikisha, I was shocked that Finn was capable of disagreeing with Steffi. I didn't know. uh, See, Nikisha is a little more diplomatic to a point. Ron is just straight up cutthroat with it. Yeah, you know, Kyrie's. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, what? Kenya says, what if Austin is so willing to help Ava due to his? Hmm. I mean, Olivia Jerome is Ava's half sister, right? Half sister. Tony D says Ben better get used to drama in his house because his mama's is Sheila Carter. That's very true. Dolly says, I think they're bringing John, other son, back in Kim. Same son, both characters are gay, so they will. Okay. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Because I was wondering about that, Dolly. I know for a hot minute they were getting really close, Sonny and Leo. So Monique says now that Trina knows Curtis could be the father, will she want to have a relationship with him without leaving Taggart out? You know, Monique, I'm not gonna lie. When she was like, "Listen, at the end of the day, Taggart is still my dad, regardless of the situation." I was like, "All right, that's what's up," you know. Now Mel says Chelsea is pregnant with second child is leaving. What? Uh, wow. So Mel, do you think they're gonna recast? You think they're gonna recast? Okay, so now it is 50-50. Wow, okay. Thank you, cat lady. Thank you. I just sent you five, but I don't see you. But I don't see it. I'm gonna end this poem. Cat lady says, Albert, I just sent you five, but I don't see it. Do you? Yeah. Yeah, no, I see a cat lady. I do. Thank you. Thank you, cat lady. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Cat lady, you are awesome. Also, for people that are new or probably don't know, Cat Lady also has her own YouTube channel. She does general hospital reviews. So definitely subscribe to her channel and support her. She is definitely out there doing her thing, and I love it. Um, and she's also pretty good at it. So there's that. Carrie said, and thank you again, Cat Lady. Thank you. No, I saw it. Thank you, Cat Lady. Billy says, I still think Sonny had feelings for Leo. It's actually probably, and maybe that's why he's leaving. Wow, it was actually 50-50. Okay, so now I'm going to ask another question. Of course, Kelly, I'm always going to sit there and support you. That goes without saying. Now, Bridget said, do you think they will Brooke and Taylor together? Oh, Bridget, you getting those vibes too, right? You getting those vibes too, right? Annette is in the chat. And Annette? Annetta. Annetta's in the chat. Annetta says, poor Charles has the worst excursion service in soap history. What do you mean by that? And Anetta? Kyrie's Kyrie's never change. Seriously, never change. It's that they're calling people's houses what do you call it? An unfurnished toilet. Oh, exposed police. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, and I didn't understand that. Like you see like you want to be sitting there trying to like look behind you, making sure that like Ryan is not gonna be behind you trying to like stab you, which I thought that's what he was gonna do. Instead of just using a tire yeah. Instead of just using a tire iron. Very true, Bridget. And especially, here's the thing. Here's another thing, though. He's been a cop for a while, for a hot minute. So yes, I totally do get that. But yeah, Bridget, that's why I was like, yeah, listen, I'm just saying, Bridget, there was one episode they must have hugged like 3 times in a row. I was like, yo, y'all could just kiss and just get it over with. But of course, Bridget, that's not going to happen because they also film in they also do stuff in Dubai. Yo, Broco? Yo Broku? Is that how you pronounce your name? Yo Broku? What's good, Yo Broku? And if I mispronounced your name, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that's how I pronounce it. And what's good, Victoria? Victoria, Ryan was hilarious today. No fun if you can't see the light. And yeah, I'm not gonna. That was that Victoria. That's why I was sitting there trying to remember what he said in my review. See, cat lady, we're getting people and we're getting new people in all the time. So, and that has a lot to do with the like button. So, if you are enjoying it, hit the like button. Now, if you are enjoying it, really do hit the like button. It does help. Johnson says you should do a poll on which current villain is more dangerous, Sheila Carter. Ooh, thank you, Jonathan. Sheila Carter or Ryan Chamberlain. Oh, I can't. I just realized that I want to do. Oh, what's good, Gloria? I just realized I want to do that, and then I realized Goku is broken. Oh, okay, Goku. One of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball Z. I wanted to do that, Jonathan. Then I realized that it doesn't work. Um, like the Q&A thing still acts up for me. But yeah, that's a good question though. Who's more dangerous, Ryan Chamberlain or Sheila Carter? Ryan Chamberlain from General Hospital or Sheila Carter from B&B and Y&R? That's actually a lot easier to call you Goku then. Now, Anetta says something and then just. Now, Kyrie says it's not in Brooke's character to sleep with women. It's more like her to sleep with Carter or Finn or the whole. Jesus. Kyrie is very cutthroat. Kenya, that's why I said I was like, Kyrie's never change. Hippie's in the chat. Hippie says, I don't know who Sheila Carter is. Um, she's a character from Y&R, but from Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful. You know what? Okay. Who's more dangerous? Yeah, okay. So who's more dangerous? Jerry Jacks or Ryan Chamberlain? Who's more dangerous, Ryan Chamberlain or Jerry Jacks? And you got Valerie's in the chat. What's good, Valerie? And you got, wow, okay, Ryan is more dangerous. Ryan's worse than Sheila. Okay, Nikisha says Jerry. Okay. Laura says is one of the villains that has always gave me chills. Ryan, okay. Wow. Angela says Ryan by far. Tony D says Jerry Jacks. Wow. I may put that in. I might put that in a poll tomorrow. I might actually put that in a poll tomorrow. I think that's actually pretty good. Wow. Now Nikki says Ryan kills individuals. Jerry poisons the whole town. That is very true. Oh, we got another Anna in the chat. And Anna says Ryan. I gotta sit there and say I'm seeing more Ryan than Jerry. Now, for me personally, I gotta go with Jerry. Angela says Jerry is just an aggressive little brother and it wants attention. Gloria also says Jerry Jacks. This is very interesting. Because here's the thing, I'm gonna go with Jerry Jacks. Jerry Jacks will poison the whole town. Ryan Chamberlain is the guy that you want to make sure you lock your doors and lock your doors. Jerry Jacks is the type of person that you just be living in a town. Oh, you know what? I need money, so I'm gonna sit there and kill everyone in the town to do it. You know? So I personally have to go with Jerry Jacks. But now Tony D says Jerry is a Bond villain. He takes out everybody to suit his own purpose. Ryan is just a thrill killer. Oh my God! Thank you so much, Cat Lady. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I felt like I was about to just spill that whole wine over everything, and that would have sucked. But thank you again, Cat Lady. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I always sit there and come to these streams. Hmm. No, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Cat Lady. That's very true, Jonathan. That's very true. But I always sit there. Jakaris is in the chat. Jakaris is another person that does reviews on soap operas, so definitely check out Jakaris' channel. Yeah, Victoria. I love those scenes. I really did. 24th and the 16th. Thank you, Mel. Thank you. Very true, Angela. Very true. But I just, here's the thing. I appreciate all the support, that's why I never understood certain streamers that come in to they start doing these channels and stuff like that, and they just expect stuff and they demand stuff. I've never gotten that. I just enjoy doing this, and if something like that happens, like Cat Lady, I'm very grateful, you know. So thank you. China says you see Ryan just use Esme, but Jerry Jax loves his family. That's very true. That's actually very true, Shauna. Now Tony did says who's more dangerous, Stefano Days, Victor Days, or Victor Weinar? Hmm. Well, to be fair, I never actually watched. I wasn't watching during that time with Stefano, so I have no idea. Valerie says yummy. I just bought some chocolate Entenmann cupcakes. Yes, I usually, Valerie, I usually get the donuts. The donuts are really good. I usually had them at night when I wake up around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because I just like to eat. Even though now I'm just like, Harry says it's annoying Joe Biden had Jen. Yeah, that's the thing, Kyrie. I hate when they do that. I hate when they do that. I hate it. I think Kyrie. That's why I really appreciate days because with days you don't have to worry about that. Like they're just gonna come on regardless. They're just gonna come on regardless. Nikisha, I totally forgot about Austin actually being there. Wow. Thank you, Nikisha. And that it says, thank the good Lord Sam, Dante to find Maggie because Joy seems. That's very true. CW said, I think Stefano, the mirror is more dangerous. Rob says, Days Alley's. Yep, she's leaving the show. That is very true. She's leaving the show. But it's funny, though, because somebody told me in the chat, well, actually, to tell you the truth, well, somebody in the chat, I think a couple of days ago, told me that Sunny was leaving. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, Ron. Marsha says Joe interrupted, but the only stayed on for a few minutes compared to the news. Yeah, and that's the thing, Marsha. That's I'm not gonna lie. Just on a side note, that's one of the things that really pisses me off. Is that they'll have a little press conference and they go on for like 10 minutes, but then what you wind up doing is you wind up having these quote unquote analysts that come on and they got to sit there and break down. They got to sit there and break stuff down like we're idiots. Okay, that's something that just. Ugh. Yeah, no, me too, Valerie. Me too. I used to watch it on a certain site that no longer provides General Hospital. Hence, why I had to get a DVR. Can't believe I actually forgot the name of it. But I guess it came with some advantages. I mean, I was able to watch Weinar and Days of Our Lives early. So I was very happy about that. Very, very, very happy about that. Now Tony D says Helena will kill her own family. Ooh. Well, the thing is, well, I guess I can ask people in the chat. Now, Krista says, I think that has done on Tabiana, or I don't know who that is. You know, Krista, if you're talking about Tabiana, um, I love her as new Trina. I do. But I do want to ask other people, do you miss the old Trina? Monique says, chatting while watching. Oh, nice. Okay, Monique, I forgot part one came out. You know, Monique, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for part two to come out, and then I could just watch it all together. Because yeah, I don't understand why they're doing that. I don't get that. Oh, we're gonna do part one in 1 month and part two in the other month. Just do one whole thing. Like, what is the? Okay. Angela says Kevin was menace back in the day. And then it says, are we forgetting the dangerous women he's had? Now, Rob says, does anyone watch soap operas live? Streaming sites or DVR? I watch DVR. You know, Rob, I used to actually do, well, Rob, I didn't have a cable box, so I used to only do streaming and, I used to only do streaming services. Billy says, I'm really settling into liking the version. Yeah. And then it says, both Trinas are beautiful. Jessica said, I really didn't care about the old Trina. This one is cool. Now, Karen says, I do miss the old Trina. Valerie says, live and YouTube, Rob. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I like the new Trina. I wasn't a fan of the old Trina. I didn't like her resting face. Okay. Um, I just like the new Trina. I really do. Mel says it was a waste of time bringing Heather and Lucy back. Oh my god. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Mel. Heather just pissed me off. She comes into his hotel, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm with somebody else now. I'm with somebody else." I'm just like, "Wait, what?" Now Johnson says, "How's the new K box so far?" I'm liking it, Jonathan. I'm liking it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm probably not gonna like that bill down the line, but I am liking the new K box stuff. Um, here's the thing, Jonathan. Um, I'm able to sit there and watch like The Flash and a million little things because they're still recording on my DVR. I'm able to, I don't have to watch it on the CW like a day later, on Hulu a day later. So yeah, I'm actually liking it on cable box though. I am. I'm liking it, Jonathan. I am definitely liking it. I don't know. We'll see. You know what? Because I kept saying, here's the thing. I kept thinking, I was like, that price is going to get really high later on. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I'll just switch to a different cable company. I'll just switch to another cable company. That's all. I'll just use Verizon. I'll just do that. So now Monique says, I guess it's hard for some fans to expect a new actor or actress playing a character we grew up watching. Yeah, that's very true, Monique. That is very, very true. Um Now Valley says, oh, Trina had the same expressions. Yeah, it was always just like, and she always did this. It was always this all the time, and it was just like, come on, Bo, come on. Monique says, "I did you see the Flash trailer?" No, it ain't. I've been so busy. I'm gonna try to watch it tonight, though, Monique, before I go to sleep. I'm actually gonna watch it tonight before I go to sleep because I really do want to see it. Um, Even though I hate Warner Brothers with a passion, but I do want to see it though. So I will actually watch the tree. Thank you for reminding me, Monique. Now, Krista says, "Don't miss the old Trina. She dressed too what compared to Joss." Hmm. And thank you for joining, Crystal. Now, A Junior. I'm gonna call you A. No, I can't call you AJ. I'm gonna call you Junior, if you don't mind. Junior 72. Junior 72 said Trina didn't match Portia's emotions level and the confrontation scene. Okay. Daisy Flaw says, let's hope he doesn't become as judgmental as Robin. I used to love Robin, but then she became a nag. Simon says there's nothing wrong with a recast as long as they're strong enough in playing the character right. When I see Melissa, Abby sleeping with Devon, I'm like, WTF. Now, Nikisha said, who's the best Batman? Mine is Michael Keaton. Oh, that's a tough one, Nikisha. I mean, okay, Nikisha, now is this for all the different Batmans, like even the cartoon Batmans? Because if you're talking about all the Batmans, I got to go with Kevin Conroy. I got to go with Kevin Conroy. But Michael Keaton was actually pretty good. Like live action, then Ben Affleck. Trust me, I'm surprised to saying it myself. Um, Michael Keaton was really good though. I don't know what he thought about when he decided to not take the role and decided to start making a bunch of garbage ass movies. But Kevin Conroy, Michael Keaton, and Ben Affleck. Jolie says this train is giving me more like an adult Emily Quartermain vibe. Oh, that's interesting. Was good, Big Nate? Johnson says they're giving a new comedy show right now on Fox called Animal Control. What? Johnson, I actually haven't watched regular TV in so long. Now I do want to. Daisy Flower says Affleck over Bale. Yeah, Daisy Flower. Yes. You know what it is, Daisy Flower? For me, Bale wasn't a bad Batman, but I never really liked those Batman movies. It didn't feel comic book like. It felt like an actual person trying to be Batman, if that made any sense. Um, and Monique says, I hope Beinart isn't going the my daddy touch me. Oh God, I hope not. Dolly says I might have to go to Keaton for live action Batman. No, I love Keaton. I love Keaton. And it's not even so much like Keaton versus you know the others, but now Nikki said I didn't like the version. Nikki, why is that? I'm very curious. Oh, okay. Um, Karen K. Bale was your favorite version. Okay, that's what's up. Cat lady says Michael Keaton also. No, Michael Keaton was definitely a really great Batman. Um, so I'm not going to deny that. I think for me, when it came towards Ben, it surprised me. Like like the first movie. I don't know about the first movie. He actually had to look for it. He had to look for it. Like he looked like he could be like an older Bruce Wayne. And trust me, I've never really taken Ben Affleck serious and well anything. Um, no, no, we knew what you meant, hippie. We knew what you meant. CW says Val Kilmer and George. Okay, but CW between Val Kilmer and George Clooney, which one was better? I'm very curious about your answer. CW between us two. Marsha says grew up with the Batman and the '60s. Oh, Adam West. Nikisha, I felt. Nikisha, you're awesome. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. She said she felt it. I actually liked surprisingly that Batman movie. Ron says Elena should not be surprised by Nate. He's a womanizer, and Victoria's just can. Ron, you are hilarious. Um, Anetta says when Kim came back with Chanel with Charlie, when will? Oh yeah, that'd be yeah. It took me. You know what it is, Marsha? It's because of Family Guy. Literally because of Family Guy. That's how I remember that. Nikisha's I really did fall asleep in the movie in a theater. Slept like 20 minutes. Damn. I don't think of every. Well, that's not true. But you know, Nikisha, I only fell asleep. I only fell asleep um towards watching a certain movie because I've seen the movie twice with two different women. So that's the only time I actually fell asleep. I think that was Silent Hill. Monique says didn't watch Robert Pattinson the Batman movie. I just watched him in Twilight. You know, I'll say it. I actually do like the Twilight movies. I mean, granted, they don't have the best dialogue, and the first one did not have the best special effects. But I do like the Twilight movies. Um, in all reality, if it wasn't for Twilight, I wouldn't have been able to watch like the Vampire Diaries or the original. So Jessica, really, I like Twilight movie. I had two Twilight tattoos. Really, Jessica? Okay, what kind of tattoo? What kind of tattoos do you have? Like what are they? I'm very curious about that. And it says, "Oh, I like Patterson Batman, but like three down in the line." Yeah, you know, Kenya, he was actually a good. He was a good young Batman, and I love that. Now, CW says I can't decide. Both are equally nice. So, you know, CW, I would sit there and say Val Kilmer. If I had to go between Val Kilmer and George Clooney, although George Clooney did do like a decent Bruce Wayne, somewhat, but I'm gonna go with Val. I'm gonna go with Val Kilmer. What? Wait. Monique says can't wait. April 2023 Batman Vengeance on HBO Max. What? Oh, Monique, then I guess I'm gonna have to sit there and renew my HBO Max package because I'm gonna have to see that. Some quotes from the movie. Oh, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, Jessica. Yeah, listen again, Jessica. That's the thing. You know that it didn't actually have the best. A lot of things. There was things that they did have that was actually pretty good. So I will say that much. Kenya says, "Look, I watched all five Twilight movies back to back with my family when Breaking Dawn 2 premiere." Nice. Laura says my favorite is Val Kilmer. Yeah, no, Val was actually pretty decent. For what you gotta sit there and remember for what they gave them, he did pretty good. Now Josh says that I can picture Mr. Freeze having a solo movie. I would love that, Jonathan. You know, I honestly tell you, Jonathan, I think, out of all Batman's villains, like he was probably the most sympathetic one. Like he was like, wow, that's like he actually felt bad for him. I mean, granted, they didn't give him a right to like kill and stuff like that, but still. Kenya says Valerie would be the fourth, and George Clooney. Then Bale dead last. Hmm. Gloria says I prefer Angels, not. Oh, prefer Angel, not Vampire Diaries. My friend used to really love Angel. He used to really love Angel. Of course, Monique. I'm not gonna lie, they actually did do a really good Joker, even though they called him Jerome. But I used to love that show. Surprisingly, it was actually good for what they were able to do. And even though that this show would never work on paper, they still did it. And Ron says, at least Albert, you gonna agree with me. How can Elena or even Victoria condone this type of behavior? Nate can't stay. Well, I mean, here's the thing, Ron. Victoria kissed Nate and know that he was in a relationship. That is very true. Spider Quake, I'll definitely plan on watching it next week sometime. Now, Jessica says it's basically started the whole Vampire Diaries stuff. That's very true. Very true, Jessica. It was the Vampire Diaries. It was Teen Wolf that was inspired by a lot of the stuff from the Vampire Diaries. So you are 100% right, Jessica. And again, that's why I can proudly admit, like, yo, listen, I mess with Twilight. Atara's in the chat. Was good, Atara? Now, Nikisha, what was your favorite Catwoman? Mine was Eva Kurt or Michelle Pfeiffer. I would sit there and say Michelle Pfeiffer. I would say Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah, Cat Lady actually was a good show, even though on paper it shouldn't have worked. Okay, you pretty much had Jim Gordon fighting all of Batman's villains. So, on paper it didn't really work. Shauna says, OMG, Adam's crazy. That won't happen because. And Laura says, I didn't see it, Patterson or Affleck yet. I didn't see. Oh, you mean you didn't watch the movies yet? Eartha Kent. Oh, thank you. I always mispronounce that for some odd reason. Atara says, OMG, Trina held down her own. Yeah, she did. She It was good in that scene. She did pretty good in that scene. It was good, Spider Quake. It's been a hot minute. Um, Atara says this is juicy mess, and I'm here for it. Exactly. Atara, I think we're all here for it. We're all here for it. Laura says that's right. I didn't see the movies yet. Oh, okay. Well, whenever you get a chance, definitely watch it. Definitely watch the movies. Um, I wasn't. Here's the thing, Laura. I wasn't a fan of the Christian Bale movies. It didn't have that comic book vibe to it. But Patterson did. Cheyenne is in the house. What's good, Cheyenne? Yandoli says Eartha Kitt was an awesome Catwoman. It messed. Yeah, that's very true, Dolly. That is very true. Very true. Very, very true. Akari says Kyle definitely needs to suffer a downfall. He is insufferable right now. They kind of both are, though. To be fair, Kyrie, they both are. Her and him and Summer. Uh, yeah, Mel, that was. I feel like in some ways that was before my time when I started watching that stuff. You know, and of course, yeah, you had Angel and Nikisha. You remember Eartha and Boomerang with Nikisha. I love that movie. I don't remember her actually in it though. I love that movie, Nikisha. That's probably among my top favorite movies is Boomerang. I'll tell you what happened and why I know today. I missed it. I don't even remember, and I don't think it had anything to do with how much wine I actually just am drinking right now. Shorter guys can fight better than taller guys. They live a longer life. Well, Shane, what are you basing that off of? Well, I mean, Cheyenne, it's not exactly like I was kind of just throwing it out into public, but yeah, sure. But yeah, thank you for just kind of announcing that to the whole chat. Awesome. Um, I don't know why you should decide to put that out there for. Carrie says, I always hated summer, so her being that way never surprised me. Oh, okay. But I don't blame you on that one, Kyrie's. Now, Nikki said Eartha was the older lady who owned the company Marcus slept with her. Oh wow, Nikki. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go back and gotta watch that again. Then I gotta go back. I gotta watch that again. It's been a hot minute. I don't know. I gotta sit there and see if it's on Amazon. Gotta see if it's on that. And Krista says, anyone else think Austin acts nervous with Ava? Mason left to go after Ava before Austin did, but Mason hasn't been seen since. Could Austin have done something to Mason? Hmm. Very good point. Cheyenne says Laura is too overrated in General Hospital. Hmm. Now, Nate says, I thought that scene was good, but if this was the OG Trina, then those scenes would have been better, would have been great and better. I, I was to tell you, I don't even know what to think. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. But you know what, Nate? I guess I have to agree to disagree with you on that. But here's the thing. You know what, Nate? I wouldn't sit there and say it would be better, but it's not like she doesn't know how to act. I would say that. I don't know. I prefer the new Trina over the old Trina, personally. You know. Now, Cat Lady says Mason might show up and save everyone with Ryan. Maybe. I can see that playing out, Cat Lady. Austin Smith, they're trying to save them and then he gets caught. I can see that. And then maybe that's how Mason finds out about Nicholas's body. Hmm. I swear sometimes I feel like the fans could write these stories a little bit better than the writers themselves. Like Harry says, on the happier news, I'm happy that Douglas made the move to get himself the Logan in eyes. That's a great thing. Those Logan women with Liam are intolerable. Monique says Austin comes to claim to me when no, Monique says Austin seems too calm to me when it comes to getting rid of a body. Well, I mean, that would make sense, Monique. I mean, it's not like he has been in shady stuff before. Anetta says Jordan will snap Curtis right up. Oh, snatch Curtis right up. Just wait and see. I mean, it's not like she's paired with anyone. And I forgot to sit there and say that Portia's family is leaving town. So it's not like, Jordan could be paired with, the brother or anything. Oh, wow. Gary says Jordan can do better than Curtis. Shauna says, I like Neutrina has made her own lane. That's very true. Like I said, I'm not knocking Sydney. I'm not. I just find this one to be better, you know. Personally found this one to be a little bit better. Okay, a little bit more than a little bit better, but Kenya says, I love Roswell. Oh, Kenya, I tried to watch New Roswell and I made it to like 3 episodes and then I just couldn't do it anymore. Like I after 3 episodes, well, after 3 episodes, I was like, yep, I'm done. I'm done. Me too, Anna. Me too. Monique says, I can see Portia saying this to Curtis. What's the difference in the lie I told and the lie? I can see that too, Monique. Gwen is in the chat. Gwen said it's okay. What's good, Gwen? They said, do you watch All American? Ted Diggs left the primetime soap after being on the show for 5 seasons. No, no, no. Didn't watch All American. Honestly, to tell you the truth, like I said, after my shows are done from the CW, that's it. That is it. I am done. Carrie says, especially since no one she more flexible than older. Tony D says Jordan should be paired with Sterling if he is not married to Portia's mama, or even if he is. Yeah, I'm messing with it. Tony D, here's the thing. I can see Jordan being with Sterling more than being with Portia's brother. I don't know if because Portia, I don't know if because Jordan is taller than Portia's brother, but I can see that pairing being more. And Cat Lady says Jonathan and Finn. And why not? Let's do a last poll of the night. Jordan and Finn, Jordan and Finn pairing. That's a very good question, Cat Lady. A Jordan and Finn pairing. That'd be good. Will people be for it? Cheyenne already says nah. Valley, I saw him in it, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, Valley. It was nice to sit there and see Yuri and Terry and stuff like that. I just wish that they would give them like actual storylines. Now Jessica says, no, I can't stand Jessica, why can't you stand Finn? I wanna know from everyone. Um Now Shauna says Finn's boring except for Hayden. Now CW says Jordan deserves much better than Curtis he was thrown away if he threw away the marriage that easily. He never really loved her. She was willing to make it work, but he saw Portia and decided to jump ship. Exactly. Exactly, CW. Now Gwen says Alexis likes Ben. Harry says um Monique says if he's still on Jace, Jason, and Jordan. Nope, Monique. Jason is definitely not on is not on the show. Now Nikisha, I'd rather Finn leave the show. I don't want Jordan stuck taking Violet to the dentist. Oh, I love it. Now Jessica says he sucks as a character and is brooding. Now says winning the pool. Oh yeah, I forgot the really. Hmm. Okay, so question, Jessica. Um, I know you watched the originals, and I think you watched the Vampire Diaries. And if you watched the Vampire Diaries, wasn't Stephen kind of broody, or did you not like Stephen in the Vampire Diaries? And that's if you watched the Vampire Diaries, Jessica. Let me know. Is it because you brought up the whole broody thing, and I'm sitting there thinking about Stephen? Gwen says Curtis is going to forget Portia. I don't see him divorcing her. You know, it's funny, Gwen. We actually asked that question in the chat. Okay, so Jessica, you did watch the Vampire Diaries. Look. So Jessica, what did you think of Stephen's character? Because wasn't he sometimes brooding? Or you didn't like Stephen? I was more of a Damon fan, just to throw it out there. See, Atara, yep. See, Atara, this. I'm so glad you're actually on my stream. It's funny too, because I said Damon, and right then and there, Atara already said Damon. Daisy Flaw says, you know that Stefan was Jason. What do you mean by that? But Jessica wasn't Stefan kind of brooding a little bit? I'm only asking that because you said that Finn was brooding. Now Sharon says thoughts on Mr. Bean. Um, I know he's funny for some people, but I've never really found that type of comedy funny for me. I never found that comedy that worked for me. And that it says Jordan needs to smile and do her job more often. CW says Damon was way more. CW, that's exactly why I'm glad that you're in the chat. Oh, let me. Now Jessica says that my favorite actually for him, Elena. Jessica says Damon is too toxic and emotional. See, Cat Lady, you rock. I rock with you, Cat Lady. I rock with you, CW. Valerie says, "How about Bernie Hill?" Yeah, you mean you talking about like just as comedy? Not really my thing. Justin says, "Do you think Office will actually get?" No, Jonathan, I don't. I don't. He's been on the show for way too long. I don't see him getting killed off, Jonathan. I really don't. Jessica says, "I'm sure he was, but he never really bothered me." I guess. Okay, I was just very curious about that. Jesus. I mean, yeah, Cheyenne. I mean, that doesn't mean you should sit there and tell everybody in the chat where I'm actually, you know, where I actually live. Um, Gwen says Finn's first wife is not dead. I believe she is Esme's mother. I can't see Heather Ryan getting in. I can. I can. Hatara says to me Damon was more real and emotional, went through a lot, and since they didn't want him with Bonnie. Jessica says I did like Klaus. And is that I was just gonna sit there and say that, Jessica, because I do remember you sitting there saying being a Klaus fan. And I'm like, listen, Jessica, as much as I love Klaus, and that will always be my guy, along with Elijah, that dude was like the definition of toxic. And no, Jessica, I am not giving him I am not cutting him any slack, and he is still my favorite. Atara says Klaus was a bit too much though. Yeah, he definitely had daddy issues. And then he wound up killing his own actual dad in the show, but whatever. Um Harry says I'm happy Adam's going after. Yeah, Victoria. I mean, Kyrie's. Do you think that Victor's going to kick Victoria out of the CEO position and put Adam in there? And Jessica says Damon was emotional as hell, and I can't get over him killing his brother because he didn't want to be with him. Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that. But you know what, Jessica? She still wound up marrying him. She still wound up. She still wound up marrying him, though. Why is this thing just okay? All right, just curious, Cheyenne. I mean, I get that you don't care, but I would kind of care. I'm just throwing it out there. Now, he also says, always thought Elijah was very funny. CW says Marcus and Enzo were my boys. Marcellus. CCW, I rock with you. Yeah, Jessica. Elijah was my guy. To be fair, Elijah brought that smoke before Klaus even came into town. Have a good night, Kenya. Thank you for joining. Victoria says, especially in the originals, that was a desperate poor hope. Yeah, Atari for seasons 1 through 3, I couldn't stand Hope. It was only until season 4 started after that I started to like Hope. Yeah, Gwen Klaus is my guy. And Shauna says, I wonder how Maggie knows Ryan. That's a very good question, Shauna. Jessica says Bonnie was supposed to be. Yeah, I wonder what happened with that. But to be fair, Jessica, I heard that Cat Graham had like the worst time on that show. Like literally. Like you can see like in the press junkets and stuff like that, like she always had that look on her face. But yeah, no, Gwen, I love the originals. Didi's in the chat. Didi says, how about Joy and Ryan? Oh, you mean Drew? What? Thank you, Kenya. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, no, that's very true. Curries. I can tell. Um, I plan on watching. I do plan on watching it. CW says Cole was weird. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. In some ways, he did kind of seem like I don't want to say he was a knockoff of Klaus, but it was like I went. I did like Cole a little bit, but I did feel like, well, I like Rebecca more, I would say. But no, Johnson, I didn't get a chance to watch it yet though. Because I've been busy watching the boys. But once they start to get some more episodes, I will watch it though. Now, Tori says I didn't even watch the spinoff with Hope because I was emotionally tapped out. Here's the thing, Atara. I would sit there and say you didn't miss much, but they did bring back Aurora. They did bring back Aurora. So I was happy about that. Yeah, Jessica, he was kind of eh. I, but to be fair, Jessica, they spent more time working on Rebecca. You know, like Rebecca was another one of my favorite characters. Didi says he doesn't always have to be with Carly. You mean like what, Sunny? Oh, Gwen, Wolfpack is after Teen Wolf. So you got Teen Wolf, the show, then you have the movie, and then you have Wolfpack. So, but I get a chance to watch Wolfpack though. That's if you know, but Gwen, that's if you know about Teen Wolf though. Cheyenne says, so happy getting all the social assistance and financial monthly helping. Mentioned to me, Albert, that me. What? Cheyenne says, so happy now getting all the social assistance and financial monthly help for autism disability. Mentioned to Albert that me and Jesse are autistic. For autism, that's mentioned to Albert that me. Okay. See, Gwen, this is exactly why I'm glad that you're in the chat. I really am. Yeah, Mel. My friend was really into Angel. He loved that show. When it was the WB. Now, DD says I was just saying Jordan could be withdrawn maybe. Let somebody comment that. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, DD. Mel, are they actually coming out with a new Pretty Little Liars spinoff? Yeah, that's right, Jonathan. Jeff Davis. Data Plus says I said that. Okay. Valerie says Finn can be. Valerie says Finn can be what a potted. Shane says Albert needs to have more moderators in the chat. Double C. Well, Cheyenne is something that's in the works or whatever. It's in the works. When I start making a little bit more money and stuff like that on YouTube, then I can actually think about doing that. You know, Digiplus says Jordan doesn't interest me. Okay. What's good, Double C? It's been a hot minute. Gwen, Gwen, I gotta sit there and find a way for you to join the membership thing, the YouTube membership. We have a lot of fun. I'm gonna try to work on it tomorrow, maybe after I get out of work. Yeah, I do remember. It's funny too because I've no well, I remember that Nikisha and Jessica does not like Finn. And WC says, "I'm so happy Ali is leaving. Days. I don't know what. I don't know what to do." WC, I wasn't a fan of Ali to begin with, so I'm totally cool with her leaving. Um, but I will sit there and say that I'm happy that they're not recasting her. You know, and also, they're going to be bringing in Jada's sister, so I think that's actually really good. That's really good. Daisy Fly, Daisy Fly, why you don't like Jordan? I was just very curious about that. Mel says, I love HBO Max, and yes, it is a spinoff of. Hmm. Curry says, if I was Thomas, I would have to push her down some stairs for us to be even. She wouldn't even apologize for that. It was an accident, but she still couldn't apologize. Oh, you mean when Hope pushed Thomas Thomas off of a cliff, right? Or was it no? It was Brooke. Was it Brooke that pushed Thomas off a cliff, or was it Hope? I'm very curious about that. Now, Gwen says somebody needs to help me because I am. No, I got you, Gwen. I got you. I got you. I'm gonna try. Here's the thing, Gwen. I'm gonna try to look that up. Um, but I do appreciate you just being in the chat now. So thank you. Johnson says, I think Jada's sister is the girl Joey is dating. Oh, very interesting. Now Cheyenne says Albert is older than LeBron James, yet looks a lot younger. Youthful and younger. Well, thank you, Cheyenne. Lady Flaws, she is a fine actress, but the character serves no purpose. Okay. Oh, okay, it was Brooke. Thank you, Daisy Flower. Thank you. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you. And thank you, CW. Krista says, I like Finn. He's loyal and wear his heart on his sleeve, the way he looks after Elizabeth. You know, Krista, it took me a minute because when you said Finn, I was like, well, which Finn are you talking about? Because there's two Finns. Thank you, Monique. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is very true. That's a fact. That's science right there. Black don't crack. Thank you, Monique. Mel said Brooke pushed Thomas off the wow, not hope. Yeah, I wasn't too sure. Daisy Flower says the fan that can Daisy Flower that might be among the top comments of the night. So thank you. I honestly tell you the truth, Daisy Flower, it's comments like that that just really makes me love what I do. Okay, Cheyenne. Um, and Didi says, what about Jordan and that new detective that responded when Britt was, or anyway, he responded after, I don't get the question, Didi. Anna says, no, can't. Yeah, Anna says, no, can't see Finn with anyone. He just melts away in the scenes. Tara says, that's exactly. But you know what, Tara, I'm not gonna lie. That was actually pretty funny. That was that was actually pretty funny. Now Johnson says Hope accidentally pushed Thomas in what she thought was a Ken grass. I do remember that scene a little bit, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was. Now Gwen said GH was good today. I just don't think Curtis is the father. The house storyline is so long, it's lost the shock value. That's very true to some extent. It's very true. Well, I can see how some people would say that. Jamal says Quinn pushed Deacon off the cliff. Hmm. I gotta check that out. Now Daisy Fly says no shade. He is very pretty, especially when he is shirtless. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Daisy Fly. I felt like for a long time that was his only value. Like dead serious, that was literally his only value. Now Didi says, what about Jordan being with that new detective that responded when Britt got murdered by the hook? She could be with him. Who's that? Carrie says then she ran off with Douglas, even though she thought she killed. Yeah, that's I. No, Kyrie, I could definitely see why you don't like Hope. Definitely see that. Hmm. Good point, Nikisha. Shana says, when is Rich coming back? Yeah, that's a really good that's a really good question. That is a really good question, Shauna. Now Gwen says, I really don't trust this guy Terry Singh. I think he is the one buying up everything. The guy with Sonny asking Brick to find out. Gwen, that would be a twist. And it says, "Can't wait to see how Taggart reacts to all this." Man, that's what I say. It's gonna be very good tomorrow. It's gonna be very, very, very interesting. Um, Didi says this that new detective might just have been a day player, but I thought the actor put something on his Twitter that he's going to chase now. I don't know if they're going to do anything with him. Hmm. I don't even remember that new detective. I really don't. So that's very, yeah. Taurus says, I think Zeke is the one buying up. That would be an interesting twist. I think somebody else said that also. I think somebody else in the chat did say that though too. And Chris said Curtis has to be father. We better not, Chris. We better not have a Murray situation. Curtis says that's why I refuse to. But no, Chris, that's listening to this. I was like, you better not have another Murray situation. Curry says that's why I refuse to accept Hope as Douglas' mother. I would never. If Thomas was normal, he would never agree to that. Okay, I can see that, Dee Dee. I can see that. I can see. I can see that. Is that Daria? Adara? I didn't want to say Daria, but Daria. Now, Daria says the actress that plays Trina is very good. Can't wait to see some dramatic scenes with her and Spencer. She definitely. She. Here's the thing. She definitely does kill it. She definitely does kill it. Now, Nikisha Taggart can only be with Jordan if he's going to be on more than every 6 months. Very true. Very true, Nikisha. Very true. Why are you doing tonight, Dara? Hope I'm actually pronouncing your name right. And Tara says, do you think Trina's situation would bring her and Spencer together? I do. I do, Atara. I do. 100% I do. Harry says, or if he comes back, hopefully he finally doesn't look so. Uh, I don't see he looks dirty, but okay. Shauna says if Tom was unstable, those papers he signed are void. Hmm. Laura says I can see Joy and Taggart together. Yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, yeah, Laura. But I think Nikisha has a point because the dude doesn't really come on that much. Um, and he's either always being played by the real Taggart or the dollar store version. Now Kyrie says Ridge or Kyrie, Kyrie, I will sit there and say one thing. I can always count on you to keep me honest. I will I will say that much, Kyrie. I can always count on you to keep me honest. If I ever need an honest opinion, you're the person I'm going to. You're one of the people I'm going to. DD says actually did like the dollar store. That's funny. Atara says maybe leaving Jordan signal for a while would be helpful until they can find someone later on down the line. Single. Yeah. Yeah, Atara, she's been single for a hot minute. Now Cat Lady says Jordan and Drew. Oof. Jordan and Drew. I feel like I'll ask that in the next poll question. Monique says, I can't see Portia telling Trina Spencer is not to be trusted. He is taking advantage of your emotional state and is using you to make himself feel better. I can see that too. I can see that too, Monique. Well, it is almost 10 o'clock. I have to be up at 4 in the morning. So as fun as this was, I think I'm gonna sit there. Well, as fun as this is, I think I'm gonna sit there in the live stream here. But I do want to thank everyone for joining. This was so much fun. I have a lot of fun doing these. And I have a lot of fun doing this because of everyone here. You know, everyone here just makes this so much fun. China says always wonder if others wore glasses or eye contacts. Too much screen time can lead to vision problems. Very true, but no, I don't wear contacts. Have a good night, Kyrese. Have a good night, Dee Dee. Have a good night, Monique. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, Nikisha. Have a good night, CW. Thank you, Valerie. Yes, hit the like button on the way out. It definitely does help. Have a good night, Valerie. Um, have a good night, Atara. Have a good night, Cat Lady. Have a good night, Gwen. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, Dee Dee. Yes, hit the thumbs up. It does help. Have a good night, have a good night, Nikisha. Have a good night, Cheyenne. Shauna. Have a good night, Shauna. Have a good night, Cheyenne. Thank you, Jonathan. You have a great night. It was really great seeing you. Tony D, Gwen, Solomon, Big Nate, CW, Kyrese, Daisy Flower, Monique, Mel, Anna, Daisy Flower, Blackmon, Crystal. Thank you. Well, thank you, Crystal. Thank you. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. It's always really good to sit there and see new faces. And it's always really good to sit there and see familiar faces as well. So thank you for being part of the group, Crystal. Anna, you be safe. You have a great night. And thank you, Dara. Thank you for joining. Another new face. I hope I get to see you in the next live stream. And you have a great night, Mel, Spiderquake, um, Eagle Fang, Carice, CW, Dolly, and some other people too. Uh, well, you know who you are. Have a good night, chat. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for just making this really fun, and thank you, Cat Lady, again for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Everything really does help. I cannot tell you how much that helps. So thank you. And thank you, everyone. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next live stream. Cheyenne says, Frisco, can't wait to travel with you in the future, Mr. Bostic. Have a good night. Have a great night. You too, Cheyenne. You stay safe, right? Oh, let me end this poll. Wow. Only 35% said yes. Between the poll between Finn and Jordan being a pairing. Very interesting. All right, everyone.